Welcome back to Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast where reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 412, and I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
This is a double review night because we've had quite the week so far. It's spring break, guys, and usually that means that I get to give myself a little bit of time to rest, and I've been giving myself time to rest. But things have gotten in and out of put in private chat. All right, yeah. What's it called? But we're gonna be doing a double review night tonight. We're gonna be reviewing Eddie Murphy Raw for our Eddie Murphy month, and then we're reviewing Kong Skull Island for our road to Godzilla vs. Kong. But first of all, as always, is the nerd you're gonna hear the host of the show, along with my wonderful co-host, Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the dual reviews.
What's going on, Brad? How you doing?
It's my Friday. I'm good.
Your Friday? Today's Thursday.
I know, but it's my Friday.
Oh, because tomorrow you're going to a wedding. That's right.
No, well, kind of. Tomorrow, I work 4/10s, so
yeah.
Thursday is always my Friday.
Yeah. Oh man, dude. I'm exhausted. I just finished watching Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max, and I will talk about that until we have to review it, and that's it. That matter. But it's been a while since I've been in here, so guys, don't worry. I didn't plan to fuck up the schedule a bit, but you know what? It felt good to rest a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt good to just go shoot pictures and kind of hang around. So yeah, but we'll see what happens. I am scheduled to get the vaccine tomorrow, so depending on how my body feels, I might not have live show tomorrow, or I may have it. But we wanted to make sure that we got this thing done here because we want to, get through these reviews that we need to do. But Brad, you watch anything as of late other than Eddie Murphy's Raw and Kong?
Other than Kong, no, I haven't.
No.
I haven't really seen anything.
You haven't started Zack Snyder's Justice League?
No.
No. But hey, man, I mean,
I legitimately hope it was worth the wait for all those who cried and begged and pleaded and
like Dixie
took torches to and got what they wanted, but I don't know. I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know.
We will watch. You will watch it. We will review it later on in the month or in April, whenever. It fits into the schedule right now. But yeah. I think I'm going to save myself from possibly getting attacked. Like a friend of mine is being attacked right now in her DMs, and I'm probably not going to do a write up because I don't want to get people in my DMs. And
that's why you just block them. Block.
Yeah.
Block.
The block feature is the greatest thing to be brought, or the mute. The mute.
Mute is even better.
Mute is even better.
I've used both quite numerous times.
Oh yeah, for sure. But with that being said, we're gonna get into this, guys. So I'm not going to do separate. Spoiler review. Spoiler warning. So this is going to be your spoiler warning for both films that we are discussing today. So without further ado, if you have not watched Eddie Murphy's Raw or Kong Skull Island, this is your spoiler warning. If you don't care about spoiler warnings, you don't care about spoilers, you can keep listening. If you do care about spoilers, you can keep listening. If you don't care, you can keep listening. Either way, how it goes, this is your spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, what? All right, man. Brad, you got the information for Raw?
I do.
All right, then let's go ahead and do it.
All right, coming from our one and only source, Wikipedia. Eddie Murphy Raw. Eddie Murphy Raw is a 1987 American stand-up comedy film starring Eddie Murphy. You don't say. And directed by Robert Townsend. It was Murphy's second feature stand-up comedy film, following Eddie Murphy Delirious, However, unlike Delirious, Raw received a wide theatrical release. That's right. This stand-up was released in theaters.
Oh yeah.
The 90-minute show was filmed at the Felt Forum, a venue in the Madison Square Garden complex in New York City. The film was released in the United States on December 18th, 1987. As of October 2019, it is the highest grossing stand-up comedy concert film of all time at the box office, making $50.5 million in the United States and Canada.
All right.
You want to know the budget?
Let me hear the budget, Brett.
$8 million.
Probably a little bit of that is Eddie Murphy's what's it called, pay?
I'd imagine so. Although you would think he would take a cut from the profits, but who knows at this time? This was early.
This is early Murphy. So I just want to go ahead and put it right off the bat. I fucking love this. This is hilarious. It had me laughing my ass off. Yes, these jokes do not fly by now.
Some of them do not.
And these are very much jokes that are of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But god damn it, is it hilarious.
It's pretty fucking funny. My favorite in this whole thing is when Bill Cosby calls him up and starts berating him in the Cosby voice, the Cosby mannerisms.
Yeah.
And Murphy does perfect. He does a really good Cosby, but he does a perfect Richard Pryor. And doing Richard Pryor and just basically Richard Pryor telling Eddie Murphy to tell Bill Cosby to suck Richard Pryor's dick. It's one of the funniest thing I've ever seen in stand-up. That is my favorite scene from any stand-up, is that whole, and it even got better over time because of what happened to Bill Cosby.
Because I did Bill Cosby.
Because back in 1987, you wouldn't think Bill Cosby would be the one in jail at this time. You would have thought Eddie Murphy or Richard Pryor would have been in jail.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Richard Pryor, of course.
Rest in peace. So I've got like a couple things. Like, I love how Eddie Murphy's outfit is mimicking Michael Jackson.
And if you go to his Delirious, I believe he has the red one on.
Yeah.
He's got a red leather with all the fucking zippers.
Yeah, I love that. I will say though, I did have a little bit of a problem with the sound mixing. I think that the noise, what's it called, the audience noise is a little bit higher than what's it called, than Eddie Murphy's what's it called, Eddie Murphy's dialogue, but god damn it, dude, there was one joke in here, and I'm not gonna go into the full extent, but it did make me laugh. The whole are you carrying a concealed weapon? That shit got me. It got me. I was like, yeah, I shouldn't be laughing at this. This is fucking
funny.
But goddamn, it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Also, just the final joke of the night. The monologue.
I thought that joke went a little too long, in my opinion. It was funny. But it went a little too long, in my opinion. I mean, he was making fun of his dad.
Like,
with that whole thing.
But the thing is, like, I heard that, and my mind just immediately, like, I'm picturing my grandma, I'm picturing my mom, every single adult in your life who came from poverty, saying the exact same goddamn thing to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it, dude. I love that last one. It's just it's a little bit too long, but it's just so funny, dude.
I mean, this is probably one of the greatest stand-ups. I have to go rewatch Delirious because I don't remember that one as much, but I definitely have to say this ranks up there as one of the greatest stand-up things you can watch.
Yeah. And of course, like, we, it's important that we look at, because even Eddie Murphy has looked at his work and he's like, oh yeah, what's it called? You evolve as a comedian and you realize that some of the things you said, they're, what's it called? They don't fly by anymore because he understands how some of that can be hurtful. And I'm
and in society, we evolve as people and we try to be better than we were. This is 1987.
Yeah.
I mean, no really excuse, but The F word was being thrown around like nothing else. The 90s, you can see it in every movie. The R word was being thrown around.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a growing thing of these of specific groups or groups as a whole that, had these words talked down or thrown at them. And then as we evolve as society, we realize that wasn't cool.
Yeah. And that's why I look at this. I watch this and I look at this knowing what Eddie Murphy's thoughts were on all of it, and he's like, yeah, it's like it's time to change. Like you can't get stuck in the old ways. You got to evolve. You got to make sure that because a comedian goes up and gives this same material. Nowadays, you're just like, I mean, like, come on, man, like come up with a better joke. It's like it's funny back then, and you watch it, and it's still and it's funny. It's funny. I'm gonna be lying. It's funny, but like, it flies by a different radar today.
I still think the fucking Bill Cosby, Richard Pryor.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
It's still fucking funny today.
Yeah. But I just the charisma of Murphy, the whole just the whole fate. Like I'm saying it before, all like in all these other movies that we've watched, the facial expressions, like that smile. It's just like when he's mimicking his father crying, he's like, no, baby, you don't know Eddie. No, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I love the man, and that's why I love him so much.
I love the detail he puts into some of these jokes, like him just getting into a fight.
Yeah,
the amount of detail he puts in.
The Rocky bit. It's just by the way, Eddie Murphy's New York accent, fantastic.
Way better than ours.
Yeah, I love that whole Rocky bit, bro.
Yeah, where he beats up the one little dude and then he turns around and his brother is right behind him.
I love that whole bit. I think that was just fucking hilarious. But I was like, just that, and then his the white man voice that he was making was just fucking funny as hell too. But yeah, I just like throughout this I was laughing, and I had I looked at it with the criticisms that it's met with today, and I see it for what it is, and I understand why that doesn't fly by anymore. But there's so much to this more than the jokes. There's the charisma, there's the comedic timing of Eddie Murphy, there's the facial expression that he makes, just the beginning, the whole skit in the beginning with Sam Jackson, which by the way comes up in every single movie we've been watching so far.
Sam Jackson's in every fucking movie.
I love it though.
He's somewhere in every movie, I swear to God.
But just the whole little baby little Eddie Murphy, what's it called? Just there doing the joke about.
I got a joke.
I love that joke. By the way, yeah, that's some stupid immature shit. I loved it. I'm not even gonna lie. I love that joke.
He kicked him in his ding ding.
But I love this.
I love how Samuel Jackson and his wife was the only one to laugh at that.
It's fucking hilarious, dude. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Eddie Murphy's Raw a 9 out of 10. It's fucking fantastic. It's probably, if not the best what's it called, stand-up comedy of all time, stand-up special of all time. It's hilarious, bro. My grandfather was watching it and he was laughing his ass off.
That's good. You watched it with your grandfather.
Yeah, he watched it with Spanish subtitles.
Okay. I will say some of these jokes did not age very well. It's still some of these other jokes just hit, and they hit with a full force of just hilarious. So yeah, I'll give it 9 out of 10 as well. I just think that last joke was a little too long in my opinion. Yeah. And some of the jokes just don't hit anymore nowadays. But it's still funny. It's still worth the watch. And just, I think people need to remember this was 1987. This was I was 1 when this came out.
Jesus, yeah. Brad, you're a young man. So that concludes our review of Eddie Murphy's Raw. Next week we will be doing Vampire in Brooklyn, I believe, which directed by fucking.
Just the cover of that is fucking ridiculous.
I can't wait, bro. I really can. Let me just double check. Next week we will be reviewing Vampire in Brooklyn. Yes, and then our Patreon mini um is what's it called is 48 hours. And also joining us today for our Kong Skull Island review is Ho Host.
Geo.
Ho
Wow.
host. Ho
Ho
host.
Host.
Ho
Host.
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 What's going on, Ho Host? Wow. Where were you? Were you here all the time?
And I've been here the whole time.
Listening in.
Just listening in. But Gio, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Just dropped my light remote, but had a long day. A fun day at that though. DMing some Dungeons and Dragons, and getting paid to do it for fun.
Shit.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah. It was during my work hours, for people who like for clients, and so it was. I got paid to have fun. That's nice.
Yeah.
Happy for you, man. That's good. That's awesome. How you spending your spring break?
Working, working, and tomorrow I have to work on a paper. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, get that work in. Don't worry about it. You just gotta do what you gotta do.
Pandemic. It's a pandemic. I ain't got no fucking money in a pandemic.
Yeah, it's a pandemic, and when I went to go take pictures at the beach, there was too many people and too many people without their masks on.
It's we live in a society.
Oh my
so
Au comptoir, my little fish stick.
Yeah, we live near the boot. So
yep. Oh God, I'm happy I'm getting my vaccine tomorrow. But with that being said, we are here to continue on in our road to Godzilla vs. Kong. And with that said, today we're stopping by the island of Skull Island in the year like 1970 some. As we watched and we are going to review Kong Skull Island. And without further ado, let me go ahead and read this beautiful Wikipedia page. Kong Skull Island is a 2017 American science fiction monster film directed by Jordan Voight Roberts. It is a reboot of the King Kong franchise and serves as the second film in Legendary's Monsterverse. The film stars Tom Hiddleston, Samuel L. Jackson, John Goodman, Brie Larson, don't want to burp into the microphone, Jing Tian, Toby Kebbell, John Ortiz, Corey Hawkins, Jason Mitchell, Shia Wingham, Thomas Mann, Terry Notary, and John C. Reilly. In the film, set in 1973, a team of scientists and Vietnam War soldiers travel to the uncharted Skull Island and meet the mighty Kong, a gigantic ape who is the last of his species, closely followed by other terrifying creatures. The film was announced in July 2014 at San Diego Comic-Con, and Voight Roberts was announced as the director in September 2014. The project initially began at Universal Pictures as an origin story, but was later moved to Warner Bros. To develop a shared cinematic universe featuring Godzilla and Kong. Principal photography began in October 2015 in Hawaii and various locations around Vietnam and ended in March 2016. Kong Skull Island was theatrically released on March 10, 2017 to positive reviews with praise for its visual effects, action, and performances, particularly Samuel L. Jackson and John C. Reilly. It was also a box office success, grossing $566 million worldwide on a budget of $185 million. The film received a Best Visual Effects nomination at the 90th Academy Awards. A sequel, Godzilla vs. Kong, is scheduled to be released on March 24th, 2021. So what's it called? Of course, screenplay again. Dan Gilroy helped out with it. Max Bornstein, and Derek Connolly. Let me go ahead and music by Henry Jackman. Cinematography by the incredible Larry Fong, who one of my favorite cinematographers right now. It sits at an hour and 58 minutes. And of course, budget of 185 million, made 566.7 million dollars at the box office. And because we have a guest, I'll go ahead and ask my guest first. Gio, what are your thoughts on Kong Skull Island?
It's the same movie. It's the same movie.
Hey man,
It's the... All right, I'm gonna head out. It's the same movie. I'm gonna head out.
I'm gonna head out.
This is how you know there is an that a film belongs in a certain intellectual property, and that the hands that hold it are the same fucking hands.
Yeah.
This property has the same story beats. Oh, monster movie, this is what happens. Bombs, guns, soldiers, secret company, government, whatever the fuck, ancient beings, even down to I die. My people died because of this before. I know more than I should because I witnessed it, and then I die. It's the same movie.
I agree with you. It's kind of the same movie, but I found myself thousands more time entertained by this than I found myself entertained with Godzilla vs. Kong. All those action Godzilla vs. Kong, I'm sorry, Godzilla 2014. All those action scenes are so badass. The effects are incredible. Just the cinematography and the lighting setups are just freaking jaw dropping. This movie is badass, and I know it's the same movie, but I like it more than Godzilla 2014. Brad, what are your thoughts?
I'm just gonna throw this out there. I love the Vietnam aspect. It's so good in that way. Just kind of a Vietnam War film. I really love that aspect of it. Those scenes where Samuel L. Jackson is just staring down Kong, being like, "You killed my men. I'm gonna kill you, you damn dirty ape." That fucking just. I mean, it kind of was kind of lame how Kong was like, "Fuck you," and I'm out. I liked the war aspect of this. I really thought that brought it out. I had an issue with John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
I had an issue with John C. Reilly, and I don't usually say this, but I thought they went too comedic with him and parts of this, and it just took me out of the movie in some of those scenes, and I didn't like it.
There are a lot of moments that where John C. Reilly is there. I'm like, okay, this is being serious. And then, of course, John C. Reilly comes in with the joke.
Now they had some comedy in there, but it was like, the dudes. It was like the Vietnam veteran comedy. They're making fun of. Tell Billy. Tell Billy to go fuck yourself or something. But
Billy,
something like that.
Dear Billy,
exactly. Like,
yeah,
like that shit was funny. Like John C. Reilly is just like, I mean, I don't know. He took me out of the movie many a time in that. Also, I didn't like how the lizard things looked. It just
the skull creatures.
Yeah, I didn't think they were designed like great. Like I get that Kong needed to fight something, but I thought they could have spent a little more time on what he actually fought instead of just some bland fucking big lizard. I mean, like I guess it's the setup for Godzilla, who's not a bland, but he's still a big fucking lizard. So this is a good introduction and kind of getting into the Kong Godzilla universe.
Yeah.
And it's way fucking better than Godzilla 2014.
Yeah. I enjoy my time with this. I like the skull creatures, but I don't like the design too much. It looks too much like whatever attacked them in the beginning. Like that, they're like way too similar. The big ass spider, though, the spider mixed like hermit crab type of thing. I don't know what it was.
That spider scene where the leg just comes into the dude, fucking scariest part of the film. I'm like, because you're sitting there, you're like, how did the bamboo just? And then you look up, you're like, holy fuck.
Thanks, Reese.
Thanks, Reese.
But
now I go blurry. I like that.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the creature designs? Anything like about the look of Skull Island itself?
I mean, Kong's perfect.
Kong looks great. The lizards, I don't know. I didn't like it. Didn't bug me. I was like, okay, this is what CGI looks like. Whatever the fuck. Uh, damn.
Reese.
Okay, we
Yeah,
Terrible.
we're not
Reese.
touching
Alright. Either way.
that. But yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess like when I'm thinking about like there was like some bits of like the lizard where it didn't look like lizard skin. It more just looked like kind of like
Yeah.
more like elastic in a way. But like I actually really dug how like the lizards like by like design and stuff and like it allowed like eyeless creatures so you don't know where they're looking and
Mhm.
like or like the eyes are hidden or whatever and like how instead of it's like a downright brawl in a way like a Godzilla versus Kong would be, I imagine it's more of like, oh, like I gotta do wrestle shit and like Kong can throw me around, but like I'm like trying to like get you in a vice, choke the shit out you and shit,
Yeah.
and
Coming
like
in with a big ass rock out of nowhere.
Yeah, trying to
Oh,
elbow
the
him,
translucent
missing, hitting the
skin,
mountain.
the
Yeah.
translucent skin where like you
Yeah.
could see which was like the most interesting choice to me of like
Yeah.
well, great action sequence of like when they're in the graveyard and
Oh
the
yeah.
the camera clashing.
Yeah.
I was like this. I was like, damn, they really like. I couldn't help but be impressed at the end of that scene. I was like, wow, they really set everything up and paid it all off in this scene. Like this was well, this was a well crafted action sequence.
And
Yeah.
I liked the Kong versus the helicopter sequence because you know the old King Kong movies with the planes going
Mhm.
around.
Yeah.
He got his fucking payback on that one.
Yeah. How
He's
about
like-
y'all see
he's
the
like, grab-
Apocalypse Now shot?
Oh yeah,
The Apocalypse Now shot?
Oh yeah,
with the good fucking music throughout this.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta say also another thing that with John C. I don't know, John C. Riley was the only thing that really took me out of this movie, and it's just when he was sitting there with the samurai sword waiting. I had a flashback of Step Brothers, and I don't know.
I loved Tom Hiddleston with the
Tom
with the
Hiddleston's
sword.
so fucking good.
That whole slow mo of Tom Hiddleston with the
Yeah,
sword.
that was fucking good.
Yeah. Just there's like action sequences to me are just where I'm like, God, this is fucking awesome. Like, this is so cool. You know, also weirdly enough, seeing fucking Kong, bro, just like when he first beats everybody's ass and he's just there like does it look like he just like scratches himself down there? Or is it like, you know, he like moves something down there? Because he looks
No.
like he just
you looking hard.
no, bro. Me and Luis noticed it. We
Can I just
noticed
say,
it.
you remember in our Terminator review
What?
how the one cop just looks done throughout the whole movie?
Yeah.
That's what Kong looks like. He looks fucking done throughout this whole movie. He's
Yeah.
just like, I've been dealing with this shit all day. My parents died. Fuck you guys. I'm out. I'm going to throw these helicopters and I'm out.
I like something that kind of that Luis kind of brought up to me because so like yes, the depiction of the natives here kind of felt a little racist, but Luis did bring something up to me that was really interesting because as we know, if you watch the trailer for Godzilla vs Kong, there's this little girl who is the only one who can communicate with Kong, and Luis said, "What if the U.S. government tried to go again to capture Kong, and they succeeded?" But that was only at the hands of killing the native tribe there and able to capture that little girl, which I start thinking, I'm like, first of all, that definitely doesn't sound surprising because the U.S. government being the U.S. government, right? But I said, God damn, would that be wild if, what's it called? That's how it went down. I just like, there's just like so much going on in here. Like just the war aspect was interesting too.
Oh, and we haven't even mentioned John Goodman in this.
John Goodman, yeah. First of all, just John Goodman getting killed was wild.
Yeah, that was oh shit.
I was like,
Yeah.
And then the camera flash continuously going. That's a great scene. I mean, I didn't like the lizard things, but that's a good scene that puts you in suspense.
Good smoke too. Like,
oh yeah,
like it was very like style. Like a lot of stuff. Like if I hated anything, which I mean, there's stuff I hate, but like I love the style. Like the fact that like there was a goal here and the goal was made. Like you hit the goalpost on what you set out to do. Style, like hitting that aesthetic while also being like, it's 2018. We got to make this shit look pretty. Like it's it really works.
I did have an issue with Brie Larson throwing that dude's grandfather's lighter without letting him know. Um,
I mean, I'd rather not die, but like that was a
I
good
know.
setup.
I mean, that's still like, yo,
That's my lighter.
I've been praying that my whole life.
John Goodman did great portraying Kong. Just could have used the shirt.
I think you're thinking, "Oh, brother, where art thou, sir?"
Oh,
Yeah,
John Goodman played John Goodman. Like,
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
like you
That's
know,
what John
like
Goodman usually plays.
yeah, John Goodman did this. Like what's that movie, The Gambler, with Mark Wahlberg? Like it's like it feels very similar to this.
I know,
Yeah.
brother, where art thou? He's kind of in the same suit.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like you start at Roseanne where he started, and you kind of go from there.
Yeah, and yet throughout all these criticisms, like, and they're valid, and I see them and everything. I just had the most fucking fun time just watching
It
this
was
shit.
way better than Godzilla 2014. I'll tell you that. And they didn't
Yeah.
kill off, like they killed off some like really, some characters I was getting ready to get to know. They
Yeah.
did that, but they didn't kill off like the main one.
Yeah.
They didn't
I
kill off Samuel L.
understand.
Jackson, who fucking badass. Like I
Man.
wish like you knew like him or Kong had to die in this. It wasn't going to be Kong.
Wasn't gonna be Kong.
But because he wasn't going to stop.
Yeah.
But I would have loved for Jackson to like survive and like just stay on the island somehow, but there's no way.
I think
No.
he was a damn fool.
He-
Like I
well, he-
understand wanting to like get your dude back, but like that like it's more like a character I love to hate. You know, like I was like, this dude is completely inaccurate and wrong. But
well,
like
he never wanted
I understand where you are. Like
he never wanted the war to end.
mhm.
That's what
No.
that's what when Vietnam was going down, he didn't know what to do. That's why he was sitting there
Yeah,
in his
he's like,
office looking at all of his awards. He's like, all this for
Yeah.
what?
these won't keep me
Oh, and-
warm at night.
And
Yeah.
once again, when Brie Larson tells him that they lost the war, and he's like, "No, we didn't lose the war," and they're like, "Hey, buddy, you kind of lost the war."
Yeah, he admits it later. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
he goes like, "This is a war we won't lose."
Yeah, yeah, and then but it makes it like an interesting kind of like what's it called? It's interesting because of course you have the anti-war photographer, and then you have the war guy. What's it called? The general out here, and it's like it makes it like an interesting kind of like dichotomy in a way with these two people. But like it's just I really like, even though I hate his character because he stands for everything that I despise about the world. I was just like, Sam Jackson's just playing this motherfucker to a T, bro. Like he's playing it so well.
The stare downs, the multiple stare downs with Kong.
Yeah.
Where Jackson's just standing there with the flames all around him, and you're just going, this man's nuts. He's going after Kong.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. I can't wait to see what we think about next week. As I rewatch Godzilla King of the Monsters. Brad watches it for the first time, and Gio, you watch it for the first time. So I had a lot of fun with this. When I first watched this film, I did not like it. Watching it a second time, I was like, man, fuck all these things that I looked at, and I was like, no. I was like, I had a lot of fun.
I think you get an introspection to it because we watched Godzilla 2014 first.
Yeah.
And out of that, we were like, they killed off the best character first. And they didn't get to the monster bashing until like an hour into the movie.
Yeah.
This movie, they didn't kill off all the characters. They had a shit ton of characters who were great and they didn't kill off that you wanted to watch on screen. And they got right to the action. Like, it wasn't like monsters bashing monsters, but it was like Kong going ham on some helicopters.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
And sorry, Gio, what's up?
I said, yeah, that's a testament to like of being like to Jordan Voight Roberts and the whole team.
Oh yeah.
Of like, hey, like these are posts we have to hit, but like I got this great idea how to hit them, and I'm gonna do this right and like take care of like I'm gonna make you want to care about the humans because we can't afford to have a whole movie of just this SCG yet. But so whatever characters we have in front of you, they're gonna be interesting enough for you to watch and not complain about seeing them instead of Godzilla slammed against the Sears Tyler or whatever the fuck. Yeah. Like it really like I'm not like I was never looking for like high art from this. Like I was never looking for like being like, oh, like look at moves being made, but everyone does their job.
Yeah.
Everyone does their job on this, and it shows, and it's fun.
And I think if you take this movie, you take the giant monster aspect out of it, this would have been a great war movie.
Oh yeah.
I think
And
with the cast they had, I think it would have been a great war movie.
oh wait, sorry. Stacy says, hold on, where's my mouse? Right here. Stacy on YouTube says King of Monsters was excellent. How they fit in the Dragon Zord from Power Rangers, I'll never get it. But I can't wait to see what Jordan Voight Roberts does with Metal Gear Solid, because he is directing that. And after watching this, I'm like, we're gonna have some real cool action scenes, bro. And some cool action scenes with him and Oscar Isaac. Hell yeah.
You have some cool shit with the box, with the fucking like cardboard box.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give Kong Skull Island a strong 8 out of 10. Loved it. It was fun. It was I think I gave Godzilla 2014 a 7 or 7.5. This is better. It's fun. I liked it. I enjoyed my time. Big Monkey smash. I love it. Brad, what are your thoughts? What are your final verdict?
I think this was a step up, seriously, from Godzilla 2014. It got right into the action, and it didn't kill off any of the big name characters right away. I think they learned from Godzilla 2014, and they were like, let's do this one a little different and like better. Again, I didn't like really the giant lizard look that they did for that monster, but I love Kong's look. I even like the squid, octopus, whatever the hell that was. That was good. I like that.
Him just eating that thing.
Yeah, he was having sushi. Like, yeah, shit. And I love the Vietnam War aspect they put into this. I thought that was really cool. So with that, what you give it, Ro?
I gave it an 8.
I'll give it an 8.5. 8.5 out of 10.
All right. And Gio?
Those numbers are very high.
Well, I think Ro gave a 7.5 for Godzilla last time. I gave it a 7 last time.
Okay.
So
what did I do last time? Like a 6?
I think it was like a 6.
Yeah. So when I watch movies, I am like, everyone goes in with their expectations. And then like when I come out of a movie, I think about the feeling I have when I'm watching the movie, and that's how like I base like about a bit of my ratings from. This movie does things that I think are like problematic as a whole, as like romanticizing war and like certain like violence being the one answer and stuff, but I say that just out of like necessity. Like I feel like I need to say that to be like, hey, this is who I am. But like this movie's fun. This movie's fun. I give it a 6.5. Like maybe like 6.8, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I mean, out of all of it, sometimes like for some of these movies, Raul makes me watch. I just have to bring up it's a monster bashing movie. I just want to see monsters fight.
Yep.
At the end of the day. And for the monsters to walk out of there into the water like they just had a hard day at work, going home to get a beer.
Yeah, I love him just going into the water and the guy just looking at him like, come on, man, just let the guy freaking shower. Let Kong shower, damn it.
It did seem like a orange version of like a Japanese flag with like Kong in front of it. Like, cause like we had the Apocalypse Now shot, but then like at the end he's like, and like just the sun behind, and then being like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
Hey, peace.
Y'all be easy though.
Y'all let me know when y'all back in Skull Island. I'll treat you to some octopus.
I'll pay respects to my parents later, guys.
Don't know about you guys, but I'm a little under an hour in watching the Snyder Cut. So 5 days when I ought to be done. Stacy, I'll see you in 5 days, bro. I finished it today. But thank you so much, Gio, for joining us. It's another fun time with you, bro. Another good time talking about movies with you. And I hope everyone had a wonderful time, and I hope everyone's staying safe out there.
God Miller time.
God Miller time. I hope that everyone's had a wonderful day, and I hope that that you all have been enjoying your spring break. If you have a spring break, you've been enjoying watching movies. As always, we want to thank our wonderful patrons who make this show and all the shows happen on our network. Our wonderful patrons, our associate producer Sarah, our executive producer Shane, who you can follow where.
You follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at XSRK_. Love you, Shane.
Awesome. Drifted IL. Going show the man some money.
DriftedIL.com. Let's get that man some money.
All right. And as always, our wonderful writers, Brown Rice 96 on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. Go and show him some love. Thank you, Rice. We'll be doing our next Terminator movie next week. Not next week, next month. And our wonderful Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Next week we do Earth Girls Are Easy.
Yeah,
it's
my
been
bad.
A crazy week this week. I don't know what the fuck just happened. What happened this week, but it happened. But we'll be back in service next week. And as always, we want to thank all of you all so much. Our wonderful showrunner, Tamor23. Tamor, hope you're staying safe out there in the world, wherever you are right now. Hope that everything's going well. And yeah, co-host, you want to tell them where they can find you?
Co-host or ho-host?
Co-host. I said co-host.
Oh, okay.
Co-host.
Kong is not the only king. You can find me at MediaMartyr17 on Twitch and Twitter. Linktree in the description of each of those for all the places I am on the internet. This is becoming a bit of a regular thing. I like it here.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you like it here.
I like it here. We'll talk.
Yeah.
I'm glad I like it here. We'll talk. Brad, Random Germ 101 everywhere. And I'm the Nerd Chicano, both Instagram and Twitter, and on twitch.tv/the Nerd Chicano. When I get my custom URL on YouTube, that will be as well, the Nerd Chicano. But as always, it's been a lot of fun, guys. We'll see you next week for our review of Vampire in Brooklyn to finish up Eddie Murphy month. And then we will be doing Godzilla, King of the Monsters, as we were teased in the post-credit scene of this film. And yeah. But Brett, let out.
All right, Ro. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to Gio for being ho-host.
Ho-host.
Thank you to all those who joined us in chat today. Reese, Stacy, appreciate it. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, go join our Patreon at patreon.com/thenerdcourse. And to end this episode, I'm just going to say, fuck Bill Cosby, rest in peace Richard Pryor, and thank you Eddie Murphy. Also, Samuel L. Jackson's in fucking everything. Young Yoda out.
Higher, further, faster, baby.